When I retired at 62, I thought I had it all figured out. Good pension, decent savings, a house that was paid off. I looked at my wife and said, "We made it. We're going to be just fine." That was 14 years ago, and I was wrong. By the time I turned 70, I had burned through almost 60% of my retirement savings. Not because of bad luck, not because of some market crash, because of 5 mistakes that I didn't even know I was making. And the worst part? Most retirees are making these same mistakes right now, and they won't realize it until it's too late. I made mistake number 3, and it nearly cost me everything. Today I'm going to walk you through all 5, because if even one person watching this avoids what I went through, then every embarrassing detail I'm about to share is worth it. Let's start. Mistake number 1, taking Social Security too early. This is the one that gets almost everybody, and I understand why. You turn 62, you see that money sitting there, and you think, why would I wait? I earned this. Give it to me now. I did the same thing. I filed for Social Security the month I turned 62. I was getting $1,420 a month. I thought that was great. Then I talked to my neighbor Frank. Frank is the same age as me, same type of job, similar earnings his whole life. But Frank waited until he was 70 to file. Frank gets $2,510 a month, every single month, for the rest of his life. That's over $1,000 more than me, every month, because he waited 8 years, and I didn't. Over 20 years of retirement, that difference adds up to more than $250,000. $250,000 gone because I was impatient. If you haven't filed yet, I'm begging you, talk to someone. Run the numbers. Every year you wait, between 62 and 70, your benefit grows by about 8%. No investment in the world guarantees you 8%. None. Don't grab the money early just because it's there. That's not a plan. That's a trap. Mistake number 2, having no emergency fund in retirement. When you're working, unexpected expenses are stressful. When you're retired, they're devastating. I had my savings. I had my Social Security. I had my pension. What I didn't have was a separate emergency fund, cash, sitting in a simple savings account, ready for the things you can't predict. 3 years into retirement, my furnace died in January. $7,800 to replace. Same year, I needed a root canal and a crown. $2,300. My car needed a new transmission. $4,000. That's over $14,000 in 1 year that I didn't plan for. And because I didn't have an emergency fund, I pulled it from my retirement investments. which meant I lost the growth that money would have earned, which meant I ran out faster. Financial people call this sequence of returns risk. I call it the hole that keeps getting deeper. If you're retired right now, take $10,000 and put it in a high-yield savings account. Don't touch it. Don't invest it. Just let it sit there. It's not for vacations. It's not for gifts. It's for the furnace that dies at 2 in the morning in the middle of winter. Mistake number 3. Helping your adult children financially beyond your means. This is the one I made, and this is the one that almost broke me. I have 3 children. I love them more than anything in this world, and when they needed help, I couldn't say no. My son lost his job in 2019. I gave him $800 a month for 11 months. My daughter was going through a divorce. I helped her with a lawyer, $12,000. My youngest needed a down payment for a house. I wrote a check for $25,000. In 3 years, I gave away almost $50,000. $50,000 that was supposed to keep me and my wife alive for the next 20 years. And here's what nobody tells you. When you give money to your kids in retirement, you're not just losing that money. You're losing every dollar that money would have earned for the rest of your life. That $50,000, if I had left it invested, would have been worth over $80,000 by now. I love my children, but I had to learn the hardest lesson of my life. You cannot set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm, not even your own kids. If your children are adults, they need to figure it out. Because if you go broke helping them, guess who they'll have to take care of? You. And that's a burden that's worse than anything you were trying to prevent. Mistake number 4. Not adjusting your spending after retirement. When I was working, I was bringing home $6,000 a month. When I retired, that dropped to about $3,800. But you know what didn't drop? My spending. I still ate out 3 times a week. Still had the premium cable package. Still bought the name brand everything at the grocery store. Still spent like I was earning a paycheck. It took me 2 years to realize I was spending $4,500 a month on a $3,800 income. Every single month I was going $700 deeper into my savings. $700 a month. $8,400 a year. Disappearing silently. Retirement is not a vacation. It's a new life with new numbers. And if you don't sit down and rewrite your budget on day 1, those numbers will eat you alive. I canceled subscriptions. I switched to generic brands. I cooked at home. I cut my spending down to $3,200 a month. And for the first time in years, I started breathing again. Mistake number 5. Ignoring inflation eating your savings. This is the silent killer, the one nobody talks about because it doesn't show up on a bill. When I retired in 2010, my monthly groceries cost about $320. Today, the same groceries cost over $540. Same items, same store, 68% more expensive. My savings didn't grow by 68%. My Social Security didn't grow by 68%, but everything I need to survive did. Tenant gas, electricity, insurance, property taxes, medicine, everything goes up every single year. And if your money is just sitting in a regular savings account earning 0.5%, you're going broke in slow motion. You don't have to become a stock trader, but you have to keep some of your money in places that at least keep up with inflation. Treasury I-bonds, dividend funds, something, anything. Because $1 today will be worth 70 cents in 10 years. And if you're planning to live 20 more years, you can't afford to pretend inflation doesn't exist. So let me add this up for you. Take Social Security too early. You lose thousands every year for the rest of your life. No emergency fund. One bad year can wipe out a decade of savings. Help your kids beyond your means, and your golden years turn into survival mode. Don't adjust your spending, and you bleed money every month without realizing it. Ignore inflation, and the money you do have slowly becomes worthless. 5 mistakes. I made 3 of them, and it took me 10 years to dig myself out. You don't have to make the same ones. If you're watching this and you're about to retire, or you just retired, or you've been retired for years, it's not too late. Sit down, look at your numbers, be honest with yourself, and please, share this video with someone you love, because the person who needs to hear this might not know they need to hear it yet. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and take care of your money, because nobody else will.